Hello, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the cutest bee beaded bracelet slash choker. So let's get started. You're going to need some thread, you're going to need a hook and a circle guy. I will be linking everything in the description as well. And you're going to need some beads. I'm using thicker beads today because I think they look super cute with the chunky beads. So let's get started. I forgot to mention you're also going to want some super glue. Okay, I've got my sticky bead mat here now. It's quite sticky because it's brand new, so let's hope that works well. We're gonna take our string, and I'm gonna have to untangle mine, but you're gonna want to make it about a foot long. This is gonna vary depending on how thick you want your bracelet slash choker to be, like whether you want it a bracelet or a choker. So I would say just be safe and start out by doing a foot or a foot and a half even. And then if you end up needing less than that, then the next time you can do less. I'm gonna start with it about 2 feet and I'm gonna fold it in half. So it's gonna be 1 foot folded in half. So I'm gonna start with 2 feet. And we'll see as we go along how much string I have left, whether I'm doing a choker or a bracelet. This will definitely be enough for a bracelet. I don't know about choker. So we're first going to get it on our little hook. So you're gonna take 1/2, or so one side of it, one side of the string, and you're going to string it through the hole. If that is too difficult to string through the hole, there are definitely tools that you can get that make it easier. So this needle right here is an example of one that makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to stick that string in there, and then I'm able to string it through this little hole. So then I'm going to take that and I'm going to match up the bottoms. So that's basically folded in half. Let's see. Like that. And so we have this right at the top. And then we're going to, you can either tie a double knot right here, or you're just going to start putting beads on. I am going to skip the tying step today and just move on to the beads. So for this, you either need a beading needle like this, like we showed before, to hold on to these to string it through the beads, or something else you can do is you can put tape around these very, very smallly, because you're going to need to be able to put it through the beads multiple times, but that is also another option you can do. So I'm probably going to use this needle. Make sure if you are taping it that it is going to be thin enough to go through the beads twice. So, and also if you're doing this, can this go through your beads twice? You might have to change the size of your string depending on that. So I'm going to test it out. So can it go through once? Yes. Can it go through twice? Yes. So that's why I know that this is going to be a good match for my beads.
Now I'm going to start off by putting on my base color. So for me, I'm doing blue because it matches like the sky. It depends on what you're going for, how close you want them to be to each other, but I think I'm going to go for about 10 of these in between each bee.
Okay, I actually like the way 10 looks. So now I'm going to do my bee. So in order to do the bee, you're going to string on a black, and we're not going to be doing anything with the black. So you can just kind of group the black in with your blue that you're doing each time. So you've added the black, and then you're going to add a yellow and 2 white beads. Okay, so we got the yellow and 2 white. We're going to pull that to the end. Then we are going to go back through this yellow one right here. So you might need to pull, depending on how thick your strings are, pretty hard. But as I pull this, the white is going to go up here as if it's like little wings for this bee. So you want to make sure you pull it all the way against that black string, that black bead. And then I'm going to add another black bead. And there is our bee. Okay, that's so cute. Depending on what kind of string you use, like if you use more see-through thread or if you use smaller thread, you're not going to see it as much. Like in mine, you can kind of see it quite a bit, but I really like how that looks. So then you're going to add 10 more blue beads, or how many ever you're going to want in the center. And then you're gonna add your next bumblebee. So let's do it together one more time. We're going to add a black and just string that down. You're going to add a yellow and 2 white beads. 1, 2. And then you're going to pull those down. Then you're gonna be going back, up, and around through this yellow bead. And you don't want to go in the white beads, just the yellow bead. And then you want to pull. I like to hold on to that white bead so it stays next to this black bead as I pull. Bam. Okay, there we are. And if it's upside down, you just twist it around like that. No stress. And then we add another black bead. And that's our bumblebee again. So, as you can see, the thicknesses are different on these, so you can tell which one you like better. The one with the thick yellow and thin black, or the one with all the same, etc. But I'm going to finish this off and just repeat this pattern. 10 of these blue beads, and then a bee, and then 10 more blue beads, and then a bee. So I will see you when we are at the point of finishing our bracelet. Okay, now I have finished it to my desired length. So I'm going to now add this key ring. So I'm going to start by taking one of the sides of my thread, and I'm going to thread it through this loop and let it go down to my last bead. And then I'm going to tie a bunch of knots. Like 3 or 4 is usually plenty. Sometimes I do more if I'm not feeling super secure. I want to make sure that this stays super secure even once I'm like wearing it. So yeah, it works this way for both bracelets and chokers. And then my final step is I'm going to put some super glue on it. I'm just gonna use the back of this. Make sure that you don't get too much super glue on the hoop itself so that you can actually hook stuff onto it. But I'm gonna super glue it, and then I'm gonna cut it once the super glue is dry, and then that'll mean my bracelet is finished. Voila, our beaded choker is all finished. You can also do a bracelet with this same pattern, just make it shorter. And I think it turned out super cute with these chunky beads. You can also try with small beads and see what you think. But yeah, thanks for joining today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I will be posting more in this beading summer series, so make sure you subscribe and hang around for those videos. Anyways, have a great day. Bye!